What are the top layer one cryptocurrencies that I should be investing in right now? This is a question that we see over and over and over again in the comment section of our videos, especially in the recent Rate My Portfolio videos that we've been putting out for the last couple of weeks. Well, in this video, we're going to tackle that question and answer it with the top 5 layer one solutions in crypto that I would invest in. So if this is a topic you've been asking about and you're hungry for that answer, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our content here at the Investing Bros channel. But first, we got to roll an intro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we're going to be answering that big question. What are the top 5 layer one solutions? But I'm not going to make it easy on you. I'm not going to just give you 5 because that's not really how simple it's going to be for every single person. I'm going to talk about the top 5 that just are in existence and the top 5 that I personally am looking to invest in this bull market. But then I'm also going to talk about maybe if you have a smaller portfolio and need to get a little more risky, what are the 5 that you should be investing in? So stick with me throughout the video. It will make a whole lot more sense. But let's start off with just a very quick, rough understanding. If you're new to cryptocurrency and investing in it, just what do we mean when we say a layer one solution? Layer one solutions are the building blocks throughout all of cryptocurrency. If you've ever heard of some small meme coin or small cap coin, they didn't just build themselves. They had to build on something that was established, something that you can put smart contracts, you can put new coins on. Those are the layer ones. Think of it this way. Cars can't just drive wherever they want, anywhere they want. There has to be some sort of road system, some sort of highway system. And the highway system is a lot like layer one solutions. Some can be 2-lane or 4-lane. Some can be really well-paved roads. Others can be really crappy paved roads. At the end of the day, though, the road system, the highway system is a lot like the layer ones, and you want to have the best layer ones in the space. You want to invest in them because that is the road that most of the cars are going to want to drive on, or in other words, the best layer ones are the ones that new coins end up being built on. So that's why layer ones are so important. They are the building foundation of how Web3 and cryptocurrency will help progress our world and our technology going forward. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. With that said, let's get into what are some of the top layer ones right now. What are examples of it? Now, on this CoinMarketCap list, this is something you can find over in CoinMarketCap. It's not listing Bitcoin as one, but technically by definition, Bitcoin is a layer one solution. It wasn't built on anything but itself. And technically, while it's kind of frustrating and hard, there is a way to build things on Bitcoin. In fact, there are certain coins out there that are built on Bitcoin. So technically, Bitcoin is a layer one solution. It's going to be up there. So pay no attention to the fact that it's not on this list. But some of the most well-known ones, we're talking about Ethereum and Solana and BNB and Cardano, Tron, AVAX, Toncoin, Sui, HBAR, and several other coins on here. But there's so many to choose from. How do you know what the top 5 are to look at? Well, that's what we're going to be tackling with this list. Let's start off with what I think the top 5 are going to be in general, the top 5 that I'm invested in. And if you have somewhat of a larger crypto portfolio and you're not necessarily as risk oriented, you want to make sure you have safe, certain returns. What are the top 5 that I would choose for you? Well, we're going to start off with the easy number 1. Every single person who's experienced in crypto and has a long-term view should be invested in the number 1 cryptocurrency and the number 1 layer 1 solution, and that is Bitcoin. Now, I want to be very clear here. Bitcoin's only going to probably do a 2, maybe best case scenario, a 3x from here on out the rest of the space. But it is the number 1 crypto for a reason, and it is something that I believe should be in people's portfolio. So number 1, it's going to be Bitcoin. Number 2, it is going to be Ethereum, the number 2 coin. I know Ethereum's had some question marks recently. People are a little discouraged about how Ethereum's performing, but there's a lot of signs in the news and even somewhat on the charts that you shouldn't be giving up on Ethereum just yet. Now, we're only looking on Ethereum at roughly a 3 to 5x. So it's a little bit better than Bitcoin, but still, we're not going to get a bunch of massive gains in Ethereum holding this bull market, but still enough to say, you know what, this is a coin that I think people should hold. It'll probably be the number 2 layer 1 at the end of the bull market. Number 3, we're going to jump to Solana. Yes, I'm starting off with coins that are already in the top, but Solana has already been one of the most used, highest engaged layer 1s in this bull market so far, and I don't see that going away. The majority of meme coins and new coins that are being built on Solana because of the way it's built on. And think of the highway being just a really easy highway to drive on, so cars seem to like it very much so, maybe the best. Solana is going to be up there. Now, it's going to be better gain potentials than Ethereum or Bitcoin. Now we're talking about probably thinking about a 5 to 8x, outside chance at a 10x, but 5 to 8x is going to be our sweet zone. Not that much, but not little either. Solana's coin number 3. For number 4, we're going to stretch down to coin number 9, and that is going to be Cardano. Now, this is a hotly debated coin. Some people love it. Some people hate it. It has been overhyped in the past. No one can deny that, but there's a lot of things that they've done the right way. This is one of the most decentralized and secure layer 1s out there, and I believe it's going to play a major role moving forward in how governments, how hospitals, private information gets distributed onto the blockchain and built on there. Cardano is going to be my number 4 layer 1 solution. Now we're starting to talk about real gains starting to come in. I believe Cardano still has at least an 8, if not a 12 or higher X left in it. This is going to start to be where you're making a lot of money. And then coin number 5, this one we're dipping down a little further. Coin currently ranked, I believe, around 13 or 14. We're talking about Sui. Now, Sui is a new layer 1. It didn't exist in the last bull market back in 2021. It's a newer creation, but it is already picking up a lot of steam and turning a lot of heads as it is moving very fast. Some people already even pegging it a Solana or Ethereum killer. That's a little much. It's not going to pass Solana and Ethereum. But what it is going to do, it's going to go really, really high in this bull market. This is a coin that I'm actually right now looking at its current price and saying around $3, we could see a 15, potentially up to a 20x still left in this bull market if it lives up to its true potential. And that rounds out my top 5 layer 1 solutions. But that is for if you have a larger portfolio. If you have a lot of wealth and you want to continue to make more but protect it, we're looking at Bitcoin, roughly a 2x, Ethereum, a 3 to 5x, Solana, 5 to 8x, Cardano, 8 to 12x, and then Sui, 15 to 20x. But what about if you're a newer to the space, your portfolio's not that big? I don't really have a real number to define what's a big portfolio, what's a small portfolio. That's up to you to decide how big or small you consider. But if you're someone who's thinking, I have a small portfolio and I need to be a little more risky, I can't be certain with coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum, what would be the top 5 coins for me? For the sake of this, let's think less than a $50,000 crypto portfolio at the moment. How would I take that portfolio and invest in my top 5 layer 1 altcoins? I'm going to stick with Solana, Cardano, and Sui. Okay, these were all solid gains. Again, Solana around a 5 to 8x, Cardano 8 to 12x, Sui 15 to 20x. But where am I going to fill in with those last 2 coins? What are the last 2 ones I would suggest for a smaller portfolio to invest in? For my coin number 4, I'm going to stretch down a little farther, still in the top 20, but I'm going to go to coin in HBAR. HBAR has come on the scene more recently, picked up a lot of hype, and this is a coin that while I don't think it's going to surpass Sui or any of these other coins, I do still believe HBAR has a 10 to 15x left in it. It's going to be a little higher than some of the others that are not making this list. And I think that that's a very reasonable expectation. HBAR is going to come in at my number 4 list, just missing the top 5 of the wealthier portfolios, but making the top 5 of our maybe more risk-tolerant portfolios that need to risk a little more to make a little more. But my coin number 5, my more riskier asset, is going to be a split. I'm actually going to let you guys choose here, and I'll explain why. One of them has high risk, but way higher gains. The other, realistically, it's more conservative, but I have some concerns. And this is going to be split either between Algo or AVAX. Let me explain. Algo currently is still in the top 50, but ranked all the way down closer towards 43. It currently has a market cap of only $2.5 billion. What that means is, even if this coin made it back to previous all-time high around $4, we're still talking about over a 10x in price action. With the way the tokenomics works, just getting back to all-time highs for Algo, we're looking at a 10x. Realistically, though, this is a project that I do think is going to continue to go higher. And one of my metrics for looking at that, I do want to show you the chart here for Algo because it's going to make sense when I compare it to AVAX. I want to go back and see what the price action for Algos looked like already this year. Now, let's go to the weekly chart, and you'll see here, I'm counting the all-time high, not as this opening way back here. I think I said $4, excuse me, 282. I misspoke there with $4. 282 is the high here. Yes, we had a severe bear market, and yes, we're nowhere close to the all-time highs at the moment. But what I see here is power dynamics of how this coin has moved. After plummeting down to 8 cents during the bear market, it made an initial rally here into March of 2024 up to around 32 cents. Then, just like the rest of the crypto space, spent a very long and downward summer, falling all the way back down towards 9 cents, almost back towards the bear market bottom. But ever since October, November, when Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, it blasted off to a new higher high in the cycle, coming as high as 61 cents, showing that the most recent power dynamic moves means that it is explosive and is getting higher. Yes, it's pulling back at the moment, but as I said, if we only match these former all-time highs coming towards 286, we are talking about a price increase in the world of 947, or in other words, a 10.5x in your price increase. Realistically, the reason I misspoke is because I can see this coin easily getting above $4, closer to a 15x, maybe even $5 towards a 20x. Could it go higher? It absolutely could. But at the moment, I believe that Algo is probably a safe 10x, but potentially as high as a 20x left in the markets. The alternative is AVAX. And I want to show you AVAX's chart. Why am I leaving AVAX off, despite the fact that it's currently one of the top-ranked layer one solutions right now? And it's because of the exact opposite reason that I'm really liking Algo right now. You can see after plummeting in the bear market and having a very nice rally in October of 2023, rallying up into March around $65, we had a pullback, and when we had the November rally on Donald Trump, we ended up putting in a lower high. This is not something you want to see. This does not spark that recent momentum favors AVAX. I believe that AVAX is a little bit being cannibalized by the rallies of other real-world asset tokens like Chainlink, like Ondo, and several others. And so this is a coin, well, it's a real-world asset and a layer one. It's showing me a sign it's potentially disappointing. Now, I still think AVAX can rally. It's still a solid project, but I'm starting to believe that potentially we're not going to see the same returns we could have if the markets are responding more positively. I think that AVAX is on the low end, a 5x, on the high end, closer to a 12x. So you're playing with a little bit more fire here. You could end up investing in a coin that does maybe the same amount as only Solana. And that's something I don't know if it's completely worth it. It's a little riskier to go into a smaller cap like Algo, but the gains and the potential are just way higher. I'll let you decide which one you want to put into that fifth spot, but that is what my thoughts are at the moment. Now, before I let you guys go, I want to mention two other coins that you might be asking questions. Why were they not put on this list? Number one, let's talk about BNB, the Binance coin that's one of the top 10 coins at the moment. While Binance was one of the biggest exchanges, it was the biggest exchange back in 2021 and currently is still technically ranked number one coin. With some changes of the guards and with the surgence of Coinbase more recently, I think there's a small chance that BNB at best has minimal rallies to the upside and at worst starts to fall out of the top 10, being somewhat disappointing in the bull market. I don't need another low risk but also low reward coin if I'm holding Ethereum or Bitcoin, or if I'm holding Solana. We got that wrapped up. BNB is not going to 10x. It's not going to 20x from here. So I'm leaving off this list. The other coin that some people are going to ask about that I still think has high potential, but we're seeing more and more risk associated with, is Kaspa. Now, Kaspa is a very exciting layer one. It could be a second little brother to Bitcoin that solves a lot of problems that Bitcoin doesn't really fix. The problem with Caspa is they still are not listed on the two largest exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. And while we've heard rumblings that Binance could be close, at least as far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard an official listing. When it comes to Coinbase, I haven't heard anything at all. Like, there's not even rumors that Coinbase wants to list Caspa. And with it not being listed on the two largest exchanges, and with price more recently being a little disappointing, while the upside is still very, very high in Caspa, the downside and the risk of it not having an amazing bull market means it gets kept off my list for now. I still think Caspa is a very good long-term solution, but for the sake of this video, we're talking about the top 5 holding in this bull market. And unfortunately, as much as I love Caspa, and I actually personally own some Caspa, it's not making my top 5 for either list. With that said, though, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope that it was very helpful and that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like and hit subscribe. And by the way, if you want to learn more about how cryptocurrency works, how to trade it, how to invest in it, how to know what's winning and what's losing, make sure to check out the links down below to check out Bro Luck Suites, our membership package over in Discord, where we further your education with hand-on training so that you can understand the cryptocurrency markets a whole lot better. With that said, though, I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Well, looky there, you made it to the end of the video. That means you either really liked it or really hated it. And either way, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, because it really does help us create better content for you, the viewers. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to check out our channel, because we have a lot of content just like this as we seek to help educate every single person on how to actually create financial freedom for themselves and their families. But to make sure that you see those videos, hit that subscribe button and like all of our content, as it really does help us out. If you want to go a step further and connect with the bros even more, make sure to check out our free Discord down below, where the chat never stops and you'll be surrounded by a community of people just like you who want to better themselves. Go ahead and click on it. We'll see you in the next one.